Right. So on today's podcast, we have a very exciting guest, and we're going to be talking about walking football in Spain and the biggest tournament that walking football has ever seen, and is going to be held here in Alicante. This is going to be a great podcast. So we're also going to tell you about how we're involved. So stick around for our walking football podcast. Okay, then. So before we get started, then I'd just like to remind you that if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, please subscribe to this channel. By the time this goes out, we might have 5,000 subs, but we are trying our best to get there. Only 50% of the people who watch the channel are actually subscribed, so it really helps if you hit that subscribe button and hits the bell as well. Okay, then. So let's carry on, and I'm going to bring you in Mark, who is the director for Spain Walking Football and is in charge of organising one of the biggest tournaments that walking football has ever seen in Spain. How you doing, Mark?
I'm fine, thank you. You?
Yes, yeah, all good, nice and warm. I bet it's warm up there as well, isn't it?
It's about 38 degrees right now, so yeah, it's really hot.
Blimey, that's not training weather, is it?
Yeah, not complaining. It's I'd rather be this than chucking down with rain, but there you go.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's we've had it because you're up in Alicante, we're in Malaga. We've actually had it quite mild, I think, this year in July.
Yeah, this year's not been as hot as what it was last year. We're 35 minutes from Alicante. We're 20 minutes from Torrevieja, so we're 20 minutes from the beach. So it gets hotter the closer you go away from the beach. So when we go into Torrevieja, it's actually 2 degrees cooler. But where we are right now, it's 2 degrees hotter. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, same here. You go inland, it gets a bit warmer. Where we are in Alicante de la Torre, it's 33. It's all right at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I keep telling people that come over here that this isn't hot for this time of year. They don't believe me, but there you go.
It is, and we're so. Just tell us then. First of all, your what you do. Give us an introduction as to. I see you've got the director of Spain Walking International Football Team (SL), and just how did you get involved in it? Let us know.
Okay, so 2 years ago was the first ever walking football World Cup, or World Nations Cup, as it's known, and it was held at St George's Park, UK, Burton-on-Trent. 2 age groups, men's 50s and men's 60s. Spain was Mark Coleman, the founder and fellow director of the Walking Football for Spain, was approached by Paul Carr, who's the chairman of FIFA, who is the governing body for walking football, as recognised by FIFA. Approached Mark about putting a team in to represent Spain at over 50s. So we hastily put a side together. We had 4 months to do it. We had a selection of Spanish nationals and non-expats who were residents in Spain. So that was the criteria, to be a resident in Spain for at least 3 years, I think it was. Put a team together, went over there, came fourth. Wow. Out of 34 teams, I think it was, or 32 teams. So we were quite pleased. We got to the semi-final, lost to England, who were the eventual winners, and then lost to Italy in the third and fourth playoff. Really enjoyable week. We were a bit surprised, I think it's fair to say, just how well we did do, because we only had 1 training session together as a squad. So we met in England, had a training session at a place called Lichfield, at the ground called Lichfield City. The chairman was very good to us and let us have the facilities for free. We did 1 training session for an hour and a half, went into the tournament, found out that the way they play it in England on international level is completely different to how we play it in Spain. We were on a massive learning curve, and we were really pleased and proud of how we did and what we achieved. So Mark and I sat down as you do, in a pub in England, and after a few pints of Guinness, thought it would be a good idea. What a great idea it would be to put a bid in to host the one in 2 years' time. It's amazing what drink can make you think you can achieve, Chris. Right. So we sat there and went, well, what have we got to lose? We'll put a bid in. We won't win it. We'll get nowhere near it. There's other nations that have been doing walking football at international level longer than what we have. But what the hell, we'll do it. So we applied for the bid. Mark and I put a bid together. Mark collated it all and presented it to FIFA. And we got told we got down to the final four. And we're sitting there going, well, okay, it's the final four. We've done well. Give ourselves a pat on the back. That's great. Then we're down to the final three, then the final two. Now we're sitting there thinking, crikey, what have we done?
Might have to do this.
We've gone from thinking no chance to thinking, wow, we've got a real chance here. So then it came out, but we're still sitting there thinking we won't get it. It's just they're just being nice to us. And then we found out that we got it. Wow. So in July last year. So lots of jumping up and down, hugging each other virtually over WhatsApp video calls. The excitement was great. Went out and celebrated, got up the next morning and then realized the enormity of the task that we had in place. There was just me and Mark. There was nobody else. So we were in the process of putting our women's section together for over 40s and over 50s.
Yeah.
We were in the process of putting our men's over 60s together. Half the squad from the over 50s were either too old or didn't want to continue 2 years down the line. And we sat there thinking, well, we're building a brand and we're trying to build teams. And we've now just landed the World Cup for 2025. Christ, what have we done?
Yeah.
So we had to start at the bottom and start working at where we were going to put our legacy, how we were going to deliver the legacy. And the legacy was one of the ones was we would generate referees to international standard to be refs in world tournaments and international tournaments. Our legacy was that we'd have a league on the Costa Blanca to follow what was going on the Costa del Sol. We were going to travel Spain and promote and find out what was going on throughout Spain with walking football with everybody else, because all we knew about was Costa Blanca and Costa del Sol. So Mark set off on his merry travels and found out that there was leagues in the Basque Country. There's leagues up in Barcelona. There's leagues in the north of Spain. There's leagues in the middle of Spain. And there's more leagues going on than what we ever knew about.
Right.
So we decided to put together training camps and go out and about. We went to Lanzarote. We've been to Madrid. We've been to the Basque Country. We've been up to Sevilla. We've been all over Spain trying to find players that would want to come and play, who would be interested. And we've been quite lucky with the players that we've got and the selection that we've got. We then discovered that we needed people to help us because we couldn't just do this all on our own. So we've created we've recruited a fantastic lady called Kerry Hay, who does all our admin. She's the queen of spreadsheets. Without her, we couldn't cope. She's just wonderful. I've recruited Robbie Burns to help me run the over 50s and also help with the organisation of the hotels and the transfers. And he speaks word perfect Spanish, so he's great to have on board. We've got Brian, who looks after the 60s, and John Colcom, who looks after the 60s, who was ex-Brighton and Hove Albion player. And we've suddenly developed a backroom staff and support. We've got Gary Stevens, who does all our IT on our website. And without these people, it just wouldn't happen. So we've gone from just being me and Mark to a backroom staff of coaches and people to help us run it. We've got Glyn Haig, who's Kerry's husband, and Richard running the ladies' two teams that take a lot of pressure off us. And we've got, without knowing it, within 2 to 3 months, we had a company and we had a business.
Wow.
We've now registered as an SL company. So we're now Spain Walking International Football Teams, SL. Mark's the founder, and me and Mark are the directors and run it. We've got sponsors, people like yourself that has come on board and helped with some sponsorship money and with this program now today to promote what we're doing. Our legacy is to get this business 100% Spanish. We need to promote the game and the sport to the Spanish population to attract more Spanish people, not just to play the game at all age groups, male and female, but to come and help run the business. And that's the ultimate goal. So you've just put up there the majority of our sponsors. We've got Veo, who provided all the cameras, Homer, which is Marcelo down in Costa del Sol, who plays for the 50s. We've got a 4-year contract with them for all our kit. We're in with Desire Rental Properties, which is a massive property business up here, who are the tournament sponsors for the tournament, and they've been fantastic. J for K, which is just for keepers, which is Ray Newland back in the UK. He's an ex-professional goalkeeper, played for Everton, Tranmere and Aldershot, and he's providing every single goalkeeper with a free pair of gloves for the tournament.
Wow. Fantastic.
Caxa Bank are our chosen partner for our banking. They're giving us loads of product to give out free, and they've been fantastic and incredibly helpful. We're getting preferential rates with them. We've got partnerships with all the hotels, Poseidon Group. We've got over 160 rooms booked with them, amongst other hotels in the area as well. So all the sponsors have been absolutely fantastic. But we need more. We need more sponsors. We need more money. Not necessarily money, but people that, if they don't want to give us money, can give us things for free, so I haven't got to spend money out. We're looking for a sponsor for the referees kit, to sponsor the referees, and they'll wear their kit all year round. So it won't be just for this tournament. They'll be wearing their referees kit all year at all different tournaments. We want to sponsor about £3,500 to £4,000 for the referees kits to get the name emblazoned all over it. And of course, every sponsor will get complete TV coverage around the world.
It works, you know. That's how I found you guys, or you guys found me. But I found Walking Football was through a business contact of ours, and we sponsor a team in Moina in the Antequera.
Yeah.
And we have our sponsorship on the away kit, which is actually awesome because they wear it before they go and play.
Yeah.
And the amount of people have said to me, like, "Oh, I saw the brand. I saw, you know, people who are engaged, our clients, or people asking about it." And so, I mean, having a referees kit, that's great for any company that's looking out there for some like real exposure. It's, I mean, I can say we support the team, say sponsor the team, Moy International, and that's, I think, how you guys found us. So it only proves also the growth that you must have seen in the last 2 years of this sport.
It's, well, I mean, the growth is just phenomenal. It's scary how quickly this is taken off. When you look at 2 years ago, there was 2 age groups, males 50 and male 60s. Now you've got men 50, 60, 70s. You've got women's 40s, 50s, 60s. And it's just getting bigger. And there's no limit. If you think about it, there's no limit. You play veterans football, which is 11-a-side running, and at a certain age, even that gets too much for you. But at walking football, you can play when you're 80 or 90. There's just no limit to when you can sit there and go, I need to hang up my boots, or I need to hang up my gloves. I can't keep doing this anymore. England already have an over 75s team.
Wow.
And they already have an over 65s team, because between 60 and 70, when you get to 65, Unfortunately, age catches up with you a little bit quicker than it does between 50 and 60. So you've got players that can play 60, 65 and 70 at walking football. And it's just endless. And it's fantastic because you don't have to be international standard to come and play.
Mm-hmm.
You could be, you could have two left feet, come along, play a game, meet new friends, keep fit, keep active, keep healthy, and come and enjoy a game of football, and then go to the pub afterwards, or to the cafe, or the restaurant, or whatever, for a coffee or a Coke or a beer. If you then want to go and play competitive football, there's leagues all over Spain that you can go and play in. Mm-hmm. And if you're good enough at competitive football, then there's a chance you could play international football. So the beauty of this is you've got players that are playing in this year's tournament in October, playing with people that have never kicked a ball before, mm-hmm. but want to go and play a game of football. And they've been mad fans of football all their life, but they've never been good enough to go and play in a league or play at any standard. But this walking football opens the doors to everybody and anybody of any ability or level. It's just a great sport. It's a great way to play.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, the sense of community. Well, I went up to one of the presentations last year. Sadly, I couldn't because I broke my arm. But the year before, when we were the first year sponsoring, I went up to the sort of the prize night, and the sense of community and the effort that seems to be going into this sport. I was like shocked, because I'm like, obviously, a lot of people like yourselves are behind the scenes pushing, getting local authorities involved. And, you know, and I've only seen one team, and then what you guys are up to as well. And I loved it. You know, the moment I jumped on the website, I was like, oh, yeah, we'd love to be part of that. Because it's a great branding exercise for us as well. Mm. You know, it seems to be just getting so popular. And I think part of the reason is because of what you've just said, is that if you fancy a go, you can have a go. You don't have to be Ronaldo or Messi, you know, to kick the ball. And you can try. So so just for those people who don't know, in terms of like rules and the setup, is it the same amount of players, 11 aside? Is the pitch the same size? How long do you play for? Run us through a little bit about that.
Okay. So different regions play different numbers. So international level, it's 6 aside, squads of 12, 6 aside, smaller pitches, 40 meters by 28, samba size goals, multi-touch. Yeah. Costa del Sol and Costa Blanca play 8 or 7 aside, 3-touch football, no tackling from behind, no tackling from the side, no overhead height or heading it, can't go into the goalkeeper's area, no crabbing, as they say, which is going sideways because you can run and cover the ground up. And so it's basically the same without the physical contact, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it's supposedly safer.
Right, fantastic. It sounds like but the international sort of competitions is where the rules are, which everybody will sort of adhere to at the tournament, though, isn't it? That's what everybody has to abide by, I suppose.
Yeah. So you've got the rules down on Costa del Sol are 3-touch, no overhead height, 7 aside. Mm-hmm. Costa Blanca, it's still the same, no running, no slide tackling, no overhead height, no heading. But in Costa Blanca, they play 8 aside.
Right. Okay.
Then you go into international football, and it's multi-touch, 6 aside on smaller pitches with smaller goals. Right. So the aim is, or the dream is, to get everybody playing the same way and playing to the same format, same rules of the game. You've got FIFA, who encourage multi-touch. You've got people here that encourage 3-touch. Right. I'm happy whichever way people play. I think from a non-competitive point of view, to attract more people, and people who haven't played the game, or who love football but have never played it, and who may have 2 left feet, I think multi-touch would probably attract those people in to come and play.
Yeah. Multi-touch being you can kick the ball as many times as you like.
Yeah. Whereas I think when you go to an elite level,
Mhm.
I personally think that then should be 3-touch because you're playing with elite
Right.
players. But I
Yeah.
think for the purposes of getting more people involved,
Mhm.
I'd like to see a format of the game where there is the possibility that everybody could come and play and feel comfortable to come and play. And for
Yeah.
me, that would mean multi-touch. But then as they get better, they go up to the elite level and start playing 3-touch. You need to get people hooked on it. And if you get hooked on it and you go and play it, you can't help but get hooked on,
Yeah.
on it. It's like everything else. The more you do it, the better you become. So it's just a
Yeah.
question of practicing.
Suppose you don't want to put people off, but it's and it is, it's a great sport. But I didn't know about it until say 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, what a fantastic idea, because a demographic of our clients is mainly retirees, so it's 50
Yeah.
years going up. And what sports options do you have for people, apart from obviously individual sports, walking, whatever, a bit of
Yeah.
paddle, but not everybody can hold a racket, you know. Golf is expensive, can't do it in summer because it's too hot, and it's takes awful lot out of your day. But something like walking football, you're suddenly thinking, what a cracking idea. And if you have
Yeah.
got those little tiers of levels where, look, people have got where they can aspire to be international, but at the end of the day, there's local leagues, there's local clubs they can go and kick a ball about. Well, what a fantastic thing.
It's how far you want to take it, really. If you just want, I mean, I came over here and I wasn't interested in playing football, and I played at a fairly decent level back in the UK. But I came here and somebody said to me, "What about walking football?" And I went, oh, "Behave, no, not not a chance."
Yeah.
And they said, "Just come." So I came, so I went. I enjoyed it. I thought, well, yeah, it's okay. Um, I liked the atmosphere afterwards, where everybody went down the local,
Yeah.
and the guy put sandwiches on for everybody to get them all to stay. A couple of beers, the odd sandwich, and then go home, and it was great. Then somebody said to me, "Do you want to play a competitive game?" I went, well, God, you play, and I went and played, and I got hooked, and I loved it, and it became it's the hardest thing in walking football when you've played running football is to walk, because your brain is trained to run when you play football.
Okay. Yes, I suppose you're wanting to run, you're wanting to break free, but you can't. It's more
Yeah.
tactical.
Yeah. So it's actually, I think it's more technical, because you've got to play the ball to feet, or you've got to play it slightly in front so people can walk onto it. One initiative we're doing with Spain is that we've recently done a trial at King's College in Murcia, where we've took the kids in the summer camp, or Robbie Burns, my coach for the 50s. He does the summer camps at King's College Murcia, and
Mhm.
he introduced into the curriculum walking football to these kids that were like 9 to 14, 10 to 14.
Yeah.
And he did running football, then walking football. They actually enjoyed the walking football more
Yeah.
because they had to think, and it became more technical and tactical because you had to play the ball to feet. And
There
now
was, there
we're
was always
hoping
that
that
kid at school who was better than everybody else, and then he just made you feel inferior because you never got
yeah,
a kick. You know.
correct. So they had a mixture of all age groups, male and female. Everybody joined in. Everybody got touches of the football. Everybody learned something new in terms of a skill.
Yeah.
You know? And they walked away going, I really enjoyed that. And I had to think. And it was great. So it's something that, and to be fair, it was Mark Coleman that came up with the idea that we start to look at coaching young kids from the age of 9 to 12 football, but walking football, to coach them the skill sets that they need of how to manipulate a ball, how to pass to feet, looking for space, the movement off the ball, to get them ready to go into running football. And I think it's a fantastic opportunity to to coach this game that we love at over 50s and women over 40s to children, to educate them into going into running football at a later stage in their life. And then when they finish playing running football, they already understand what walking football is all about. They can slip straight back into it. So it's just these people, if we can make it work, we'll just have an endless life of playing football.
You've really got a plan there on how to incorporate it in at every age, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, you put it into schools, it's going to be a fantastic way of everybody learning to play football. Then you take it and put it into I worked in academies back in England. So you take it and put it into academy football in the professional game and get the under 9s, 10s, 11s and 12s playing at once a week or twice a week, walking football. There's no way they won't develop a skill set better than doing it at running football.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, I think that slowing everything down sometimes helps, doesn't it? You know, because there will be children who don't approach football because maybe they're a little bit too scared.
Correct.
You know, but then if they, you know, I wasn't a particularly good footballer when I was at school, you know, and I used to think kick around in the playground, but I'd never want to go out in a match because, you know, I wasn't good enough. Whereas walking football, you might think, oh, hang on a minute, I can have a go at that, even if you're a kid.
It's fully inclusive, whether you're a child, whether you're 50 and you've never kicked a ball in your life. It's something you can go and do. And all it takes is just that one person to go, I'm going to go and give it a go. And then they like it. And then they're at home or they're out with friends for a meal or something. And it's like, I went and played walking football today and it's a game I love. Never thought I'd be able to play football out on a pitch. But at this sport, at my age, I can. I was never any good at school. I was never any good as I got older. I always went and watched football, but wished I could play it. Now I found a format of it that I can.
Yeah.
And I can take it as far as I want to go. I can just play with the lads, or I can go train and practice to get into the club team. And then from the club side, can I get into the national side? It's purely down to the individual of where they want to take it. And it's just fantastic. It's just a great sport.
And it's healthy, you know. So many people, you know, when you retire, and there's lots of people have been, we always have clients who are very busy lives, retire, come to Spain, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute. And then suddenly there's new things like this they can get involved with. As you say, on every level as well. Because it's not only playing, there's got to be people who help with the sandwiches, there's got to be people who help find sponsors, there's got to be, you know, there's got to be people who help organize events, and it's incredible. And I was just looking there. So going back to the tournament then. So we were just saying before we came on live that it's good. Was it 10 weeks now till the tournament? I think.
Yeah, maybe it's 9 to 10 weeks, something like that. It's the last 2 weeks in October. So yeah.
And I'm looking at the list of countries which are coming. So I'm sure that's got its own challenge as well, because everybody is going to have their own sort of the travel plans and logistical problems. What's the next 10 weeks going to look like for you then?
Right, where do I start? Sending out the invoices to all the nations that have booked hotels and transfers with us, making it as easy as possible for these nations to come. We want to make it a festival of football. We want people to going back to younger days when you either were or weren't good enough to play at a certain level. We want these people to come here and try and get a taste and a flavour for what it's like to be a professional footballer. So you get to the airport with your teammates. There's a coach waiting to pick you up and take you to your hotel. Fantastic. You get dropped up at the hotel. We go through the registration process, get everybody done. You then get picked up the next morning from your hotel to be taken to the venue to play your games. And while you're there, there's physios, there's masseuses, there's water, there's everything's provided. Your games are finished, you get picked up, you get took back to your hotel, dropped off for the night. Fantastic. So there's some people that don't want it, and there's nations that want to book their own transfers and book their own hotels. Fine. That's fine. We're trying to make everybody feel like a professional footballer. or as close to it as we could get it. The gala dinner, you get picked up from your hotel, taken to the gala dinner, you sit down, you get there's the award ceremony, you then go back for your meal, 3-course meal, wine. You then go either back to your hotel at 11:30 at night, or we've got after gala dinner party venues that you could be taken to. And it will all be VIP areas in all these bars and nightclubs that we're going to set up for people to go to if they want to go. You show your wristband, you go in, you're treated like a VIP. So to do all that takes a lot of planning and a lot of organisation. I've had meetings yesterday with the transport company, giving them the hotel details that we've got now and the flight arrivals. We're still waiting for people to give us more flight arrivals. I can book the hotels. I've done all that for people. Invoices are being sent out for them to pay. We just need flight details. When they get the flight details, goes to the transport company, who then come back and tell me they'll be on coach number 5, for argument's sake, and that coach goes to these hotels. Coach number 4 goes to these hotels. We then need to recruit volunteers to work with us for the 2 weeks that will be at the airport, putting people on the right coaches, then getting them from the hotel in the right coach to get to the venue, making sure they get to the right pitch. They'll have their handheld and they'll be well looked after. We've got a activities venue to be put onto our website, where if they're bringing wives, husbands or partners or friends, if they don't want to come every day to the football, they can click on the activities page that we'll have on our website, and there'll be a list of things they can go and do in and around Torrevieja. And the price that they pay for it is a discounted price because they'll be booking it through Spain Walking International football teams. So we're thinking of the partners as well, who may want to go and do wine tasting, may want to go and have a trip around the Salt Lakes, may want to go and see the history of Torrevieja. So there's going to be, going on there shortly also, will be an activities page of restaurants that will be giving discounts out in the evening to people who book directly through Spain. So we're trying to make it a festival of sport. We're trying to make it as professional as we possibly can. So the next 10 weeks is going to be geared up with organising that. We've got our final training camp on September the 13th. So I'm organising that for the over 50s, and the over 60s are coming. So yeah, it's going to be busy, Chris. I'm not going to see much of my wife.
Oh, I think,
yeah. To be fair.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, the logistics. You're just talking, giving me a headache, talking about the logistics and, getting all this together. I mean, that's incredible. Just looking at your sponsors page. I mean, you've got some big sponsors on there, and that's incredible. It really is. And I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing, and I think it can only go from strength to strength as a sport. I really do. As you say, it's all ages.
Well, the good thing is that we've got, if any team in Spain or any individual in Spain wants to buy a pair of football boots and they want Homer, or if there's a club in Spain for walking football that wants a new kit, they can go onto our website, click on the Homer link, takes them into their website, and they get a 20% discount.
You've managed to get a range of sponsors, which is funny because I was talking about this with some of the dads who we went out for a few beers with at the end of my daughter's sports season, and I was saying, oh look, this is what we're sponsoring and stuff, and going through the sponsors. See, the Spanish know Homer. A lot. That's a big. So it's not as though you not just got. They really know Homer. They went, oh wow, you're on the same page as Homer, Chris. Upsticks and Homer. Yeah. Wow, and Lacasia. We've seen Lacasia there as well. We all know Lacasia, but so you've got such a spectrum there. It's I think it's something that's going to attract. And also, I was looking at some of the videos and stuff as well. With the Spanish and the foreign community, how they're mixing together. It's a great opportunity for people to make new friends across communities as well.
Yeah, it is. We've got a video done now that is being sent into the Sports City, Torrevieja, who I've got to say, Javier, who runs the Sports City Centre, where the event's going to be held, it's been absolutely amazing. The support and help he's given us has been fantastic. Deanna Allbox, who's the sports minister, just can't do enough to help us, because we're going to bring about €2.5 million worth of spend over 2 weeks in October into the city. And, you know, I can't speak highly enough of the town hall, the mayor, Diana, Javier, the transport company that's doing all our transfers, and the hoteliers in the area have been absolutely fantastic. So we've done a video to promote the World Cup. And around Torrevieja town centre and in the sports city, they've got these big, massive screens that you can put adverts up on.
Right.
And they're going to play our video through all of the town centre. So when you're driving into the town centre, all you'll see is adverts on these big screens. Ours is going to pop up as a 30-second video to promote the game.
Wow.
And it's going to be played in the sports city on their TV screen. So when the kids are playing there at weekends or during the holidays now, from next week, our video will be getting played to promote the venue. There's a 4-meter by 3-meter banner up at the sports city promoting all the dates. And they're giving us more space to put banners and posters up and advertising space up and advertising material that we can leave up after the event, because we're going to make the sports city in Torrevieja the home venue for Spain walking football. So we're trying to keep it in the heart of Spain and not go to Barcelona or Madrid. We're going to go, this is a sport for the general public, for the people. And we'll run it from a normal town, from a normal city. And we'll promote it. And the support that we've had from these sponsors and these people, I've got to say, it's been inspiring. It's absolutely amazing. From people like yourself to Homer to CaixaBank, who's the largest bank in Spain with 25 million customers, are pledging to sponsor us again next year. Now, CaixaBank didn't give us anything because we missed the boat for this year's sponsorship, but they've already committed to back us again next year with some money and the banking facilities that they give us. They just recognise that it's a massive opportunity, and the demographic that we're approaching are the ones that have got the money to spend.
It is true. As I say, our demographic of clients, we work mainly with retirees when we're doing the non-lucrative visa, and it's people who have worked very, very, very hard, who have accumulated their assets and now want to retire in Spain. That's who I talk to daily, and that's what I mean. Hands up when you approached me about being a sponsor, I was looking for some opportunities, and I went, wow. Because we're not very hard sale. We don't do a lot of, we just want to see the brand out there. More people go, what is that? And then we can explain. But I thought, what a fantastic opportunity to be in the right demographic and be involved in something which is also healthy. And it's also, as well, it gives, I'll be honest, when I'm talking to people moving to Spain, and this is, again, honest truth, it gives me something else to talk about. Because I've been talking about so I've talked about what you're going to do when you get here. People ask questions like, do you know the golf courses? Do you know this? And I say, well, if you're keeping fit, you ever thought about walking football? Because funnily enough, I know, and it just gives you that extra angle that when we are talking to people who may be making that decision about moving to Spain, it gives us something else to actually put in the cell, whether you like, and makes it more attractive. So I mean, we're over the moon, and I'll be there for the first week, so I'm going to come up and see you guys for the first week. I don't know, I'll probably be up just for 3 days, but
if you need a hotel room, then let me know, and I'll get you the rates that we're paying. You can stay with where all the Spanish teams are staying.
Awesome. That would actually be pretty cool if you could get that. I was going to ask you actually to arrange that. So
I'll sort you out. I'll pass the rate on that we're getting it for, that I'm getting it for.
Fabulous. That'd be amazing. I'm going to come up, get a few videos, meet everybody, and really looking forward to. I haven't been out and about this year, so I'm really looking forward to getting up. And,
we've got the owner from Just for Keepers, Ray Newland, who's going to come over for the full 2 weeks.
Right.
And he's going to do he has a podcast with over 2 million followers.
Wow.
And he's going to do his podcast once a week from the venue.
Fantastic.
And he's going to want to interview the goalkeepers about the gloves and interview the people and sponsors and stuff like that. But the good thing for the sponsors is that once this tournament's finished, we're purposely doing the banners that it doesn't mention that you're a sponsor for the World Nations Cup. It's just the name and the sponsorship and what you do and all that. Because next year we're running 2 more tournaments, and every year we're going to do 2 more tournaments. We're going to do a tournament in March for club teams and call it like a European Cup, and then in October, November, an international tournament again. So 2 tournaments, club and international. Those banners that are being sponsored now and purchased now will be used every time and put up every time we have a tournament.
Wow, that's incredible. That's fantastic.
So it's going to be ongoing, and some of them will even be left up all year round. It's fantastic value.
Yeah, no, it is. And I say when I first got involved in being a sponsor for the team here, I thought, well, that's cool. Never heard of it really before. And I could see that there's a passion there, and I've seen it, and it's good because it means that now my Facebook, because Facebook is like an echo chamber, isn't it? I see all sorts of walking football stuff now. It keeps popping up, because I've looked at it once. Then I joined your page, and talking about that actually, before we click off, what we will need to do is tell everybody how they can contact you. Now I've got the website here, so the website is walkingfootball.com. And you can just go I put the links below, but you've also got a Facebook page as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it's Team Spain Walking Football Facebook page, and if people want to contact me directly on the on our website, anybody who moves into Spain can go onto the website, click on the link saying find a club. They go in, put in the area that they're living in, and it brings up all the clubs that are within that area with the contact details. So they can then contact the manager directly and go, I've just moved into the area. When do you train? Or when do you play?
Right. So this is it here, isn't it? Walking clubs in Spain. And I bought this out. I see that here at the bottom you've got
and you click on something within that page and it brings up the nearest club to you.
Wow, look at that.
So you've got all that there that you can find a club close to you that you can go and join and play.
Fantastic.
So if they can't work that out, I'm more than happy. If they go onto the website, again, there's a section where they can email, and Mark and I get that email into our inbox, into our email address, and then we reply to it. So today I had an email come through from off the website from a guy who lives in Torrevieja, who's 62, and he wants to start playing walking football, and he's a goalkeeper. So I've replied to him saying, I'll meet you next. I've replied to him. He's local. I'm going to meet him next week for a coffee, and then I'll talk him through all the teams that potentially he could go and join and play football with.
Fantastic. So there you go.
So it's easy. You can email me directly for sponsorship or to find a club or anything. Mark and I are really easy to get hold of. Just go through that page, put your questions on it, and Mark and I both get a copy of that coming into our inbox.
Fantastic. So there you go, guys. If you are interested in anything to do with walking football here in Spain, and including the sponsorship, because you've got plenty of sponsorship opportunities as well still, haven't you? So for anybody, businesses out there which are also looking at this, thinking actually, do you know what, this is a good idea, I want to get involved, then contact Mark on using this form here, and he'll get back to you. So but right then, well, look, I will not take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for the opportunity. Really appreciate it, and thank you for your support.
I'm excited to be involved. I really am, because it's I'm really lucky. I'm somebody, I really love my job, or that can be stressful doing visas, I can tell you. As you probably know, working with authorities trying to organize events, but But yeah, it's great to be involved. One of the nicer things is that you do get to find these sponsorship opportunities and enjoy it as well. So we are well happy to be involved.
Let
And
me know what days you want to come up and what nights you want to stay, and I'll sort you out a room and I'll let you know what the price is, and then we can meet for a beer or something and have a beer. If you make it one of the Friday nights,
yeah,
then obviously we'll sort you out coming to the gala dinner as one of the sponsors.
oh, perfect, excellent. Okay, then yeah, we'll look at that. I'll look at the calendar. I'll drop you an email with the dates. And then we're going to start now our little campaign as well on our YouTube channel and our Facebook, just announcing that we're going to be sponsors, and I'll be up there. And yeah, we'll make a good week of it. And good luck in the next 10 weeks.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much. Speak to you soon.
Cheers, Mark.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, if you've ever met anybody who's passionate about what they do, I mean, I'm pretty passionate about non-lucrative visas, but I mean, that is just amazing, isn't it? Walking football is taking off like a rocket. I can tell you that now. So you know how to get involved. If you've got any questions, get onto that contact form. Thanks for watching again, guys. As I say, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and we will have our weekly updates every week at 6 o'clock Spanish time on a Thursday, 5 o'clock UK time. And yeah, more podcasts coming up soon.